yeah, we're on Valentine's. Or we're going on a date! That's what's happening!
Yeah! That's right, that's right.
Oh, I always feel like it's gonna fade back in, and that I have to do it.
I was waiting.
Every fucking time, I was like, why isn't it moving forward?
Hold on, let me just listen to this alarm clock a little longer while I prep a voice I'm going to do. So, before I realize it, it's morning already. I'm useless. I couldn't get any sleep at all. I stopped the alarm clock with a sigh. Today's my date with Saber, no matter what she says. I'm going to go take her to places she hasn't been and play around, and the most important thing is for her to enjoy herself. I was trying to use the knowledge I don't have to come up with a plan for the day, but the alarm clock went off before I noticed the time. Oh man, this guy just drafted a date for like 6 hours at least. I set the alarm clock just in case. I couldn't come up with any good plans last night, so I borrowed it from Tosca, thinking I might take a long time to come up with a plan. It was useless in the end. Come to think of it, I've never gone on a date before. I sigh again. Can you hear that?
Yeah, sometimes.
Just a neighbor's baby.
Oh.
That's the problem. Even more shocking than the fact that I couldn't get any sleep is the fact that I couldn't come up with any plan that might make a girl happy, even though I thought about it all night. Fine, I'll leave this to luck. I'll take her everywhere and make her realize what it means to have fun.
He went from, I'm gonna make a plan, to, fuck it, we'll go everywhere.
If we go to cute-looking stores, she's bound to have fun. Well, I think the plan has some weak points, but I've made up my mind, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Love it.
It's not like I have any other ideas, so I'm gonna entertain her today until she gives up. Baby is loud today.
Baby's having not a good day, dude.
No, I think she's driving a little car around. I hear like rollers on tile.
Oh, she's having the best fucking day then. I understand.
Which has the same result for me.
She is zooming through the house on a fucking wheelie scooter going, woo! And you're like, okay, hold on.
Yeah, I think that's more what's happening.
Then Eliasville has not woken up yet? Nope, she's still asleep. It looks like it'll take her a bit longer to wake up, but I guess that's good luck today. If she were awake, she'd be following Shiro around and bothering him. Yes, we cannot have her continue to accompany Shiro as she has been. It ended like that last night, but we are going to start seriously searching for the remaining master today. Shiro cannot be concerned with Eliasville. Oh, that's not what I meant, but oh well. It won't do any good if I tell you, and this is yours and Shiro's problem.
Tosca tries to hide her laughter. Wait.
Huh? A problem for me and Shiro?
We're done eating breakfast. This is a good time. Saber's ready to go and search for masters, but I have willpower as well. I just need to come out with it like a man. About that, Saber. We'll be going into the neighboring town today, so if you need to get ready, do so now.
Looking for the master? In that case, I would have thought the suburbs would be a better choice than the neighboring town.
No, we're gonna go hang out. So there's no point in going to the suburbs.
Huh?
Saber freezes. I'll really have to get back at the person behind her who's trying not to laugh.
Shiro, what do you mean by that? You are not going to hang out with Rin, but,
I'm going, so who else but you will come with me? Tosca has nothing to do with this, and she'll be staying here to take care of Ilya.
How ridiculous. We would not accomplish much even if we did search the neighboring town. Doing such a thing is meaningless. What are you trying to do?
Saber complains directly. This is what I expected, but the future looks troublesome as she still thinks we're going to town to look for the other master, even after I told her clearly.
Did you tell her clearly?
So he said we're just trying to hang out.
Oh, that's true.
Jeez, you understand why I put it this clearly? In other words, I'm saying let's go on a date. How about it? I ask, ignoring Tosuka's stare. I don't know how much she understands.
I do not understand what you were saying. Can you give me a concrete description?
She asks, even less happily. Rin is smug as fuck. That flips a switch within me. It seems like caring for her has the opposite effect when it comes to things like this. It seems to be to both our benefits, stated clearly.
Shiro, I will obey if you want to go into town, but please explain to me what you mean by going to this date. Even though I am familiar with this age, there are words I still do not understand. Please do not use technical vocabulary.
It's not a technical vocabulary.
It's very technical.
I'll tell you since you don't know. Going on a date means going out to play with a girl. I guess not untrue.
Huh?
Saber freezes.
A girl? You mean me?
She murmurs, still astonished. When I nod, Saber frowns even more unhappily.
I understand the meaning of the word, but I do not understand your intent. What is the reasoning behind such a thing?
Her reaction is unexpected. The intention of a date is obvious, but I'm a bit hesitant to tell Saber straight on.
I wanna touch your boobies. Jeez, she's misunderstanding because of the words you're using. Don't use the word date. Explain it to her in simpler terms. Look, Saber, a date is basically a rendezvous. Shiro says he's going to play, but it's a chance for a man to appeal to a woman he likes.
Oh.
Hi, Sir Free-for-All.
I cough. This guy's right, but I think a date and a rendezvous are vastly different.
We're rendezvousing in our battlefield of cute shops.
The battlefield of youth. But I shouldn't interrupt. It seems Saber finally understands what a date is. That's right, Saber. We're not going to fight today, but we're going to go into town instead. After all, we won't be able to fight during the daytime since there are a lot of people around, so we should be able to do whatever we want right now.
Instead of killing people, we're just gonna go play for a bit. Just a little while. Everything's fine. That is true, but this is too meaningless. There's no benefit for you in doing this.
That's not true, and even if it were, I wouldn't mind. I've already decided to spend today for you, so don't worry about me. Anyway, we're going into town today. I won't change my mind no matter what. I stare straight on at Saber. After thinking with a serious face for a while.
Then will you go into town by yourself, even if I do not go?
Yep, I'm definitely going, or the stuff I thought about all night will go to waste.
Then I will have to go with you. As a servant, I cannot leave my master alone.
Close enough.
I reluctantly agreed to go based on the terms of our contract.
With a deep sigh, Saber answers in her usual manner. Okay, there are a lot of problems with that, but I managed to succeed in getting Saber out.
God, it's so funny.
Now I'll just take Saber to places without thinking too much about it.
This just makes me want to watch Cooking with the Amiya Family again.
Oh, it's so good. Sad we finished it.
See ya, bring me back something.
I gesture to Tosuka to go to hell. She makes fun of me right to the end, and we go outside.
So, what are we going to do exactly, Shiro?
We'll go to the neighboring town. There's a bus from the intersection, so let's take that. The road is awfully quiet. It's past 9 on a weekday. The town is starting to come alive, but it must be a bit too early for people to start going anywhere. There's no one out on the road. It's like we have the place to ourselves. Come to think of it, I'm starting to feel no resistance to skipping school. I've been at home all the time recently.
Of course, you are a master, so it would be strange for you to be out walking.
She replies sharply. She's walking behind me as usual, but it feels different today. To put it nicely, I feel pressure from behind me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I get it. Anyway, Saber's gonna be harder to handle today. Don't.
I'm sorry.
We get on the bus. It would have been full of people an hour ago, but there aren't many people using it this time. The only people on the bus are an old lady and a kid, so it's like we have this place to ourselves. Let's sit at the back, Saber. I call out Saber, about to sit right at the front, and sit the back into the bus. Saber watches the passing scenery silently. Looking at her, I realize how crazy I'm being right now. The bus to the neighboring town is ordinary for me. But in this ordinary thing, there's something extraordinary. Well, in short, to be honest, my mind starts to twist like a Rubik's Cube, realizing we're about to go on a date. Oh, crap, I'm getting really nervous. I take a deep breath, trying not to let Saber notice. And I know I shouldn't, but I sneak one more glance at Saber. My heart jumps. The Saber sitting next to me is the Saber I don't know. No, Saber herself is the same. All that's changed is the situation. Just that makes me realize she's different. Something I didn't notice back in my place. This ordinary scene seems like a different world just because it has Saber in it. Her hair is like golden silk, and her green eyes are so beautiful, their mere presence is overwhelming. There wasn't much to compare her against up to now, so I forgot about it. There's an old lady and a kid here. I remember the first time I met Saber. I was probably avoiding her because I was embarrassed about being fascinated by her. No matter what Saber says, she's a girl before she's a swordsman for me. I didn't know how to approach her and didn't realize my feelings for her. It's stupid, even for me. I was finally able to believe in Saber with everything I have, and then I decided to go on a date with her. Just those two are in the wrong order, and I finally realized when our date is meant to begin, just how big a deal it is to go on a date with a girl you like. But that's fine. I can only do my best, so I can't back out now. I calm myself and shake off my weak spirits. The bus has crossed the bridge and it's going into the developing area where the buildings are. I breathe out and prepare myself. The announcer I'm so used to hearing announces the next stop, Shinto Station. It's still 9 in the morning, but the area in front of the station is crowded. Most shops open at 10, but cafes and bookstores are already open. There are already many more people than there were at the Miyama City, and this place is as crowded as it is on weekends. Fuck. Getting off the bus, Saber looks around unhappily. It's only natural. Saber was against the state, and people passing by are looking at her curiously. She must not feel too good about that. Oh, come to think of it, this was bound to happen if I brought Saber here in the morning. But that's going to follow us around for the whole day. If there's a way to calm it down, it's to make Saber have so much fun she forgets about the people staring at her. Alright.
I thought you got hit, not clapped your hands.
I pound a fist and turn to Saber. Saber, I'll ask you first. Is there any place you want to go? We've come all the way here, so we should at least do whatever we want today.
I do not know. I have no place that interests me. According to that, I have no knowledge on which to base such a decision.
Really? That's too bad. I guess it's really up to luck. The future looks bad if you don't have anywhere you want to go, and I don't have any idea where to go.
I don't want to ask this, but you do not have a plan, Shiro?
Well, I have a few, but no details. Let's just go to random stores. Well, that's still difficult. I know places where I won't get bored, but I can't even imagine where a girl would be happy to go to. Jeez, if it's going to end up like this, I wish I'd gone out with a girl just once.
Honestly, please do not take offense, but there is something wrong with you. Your plan to take a rest is fine, but how can you not even have a plan for that rest?
Oh, Saber enters her scolding mode. This is the first time she started to complain about something outside of the dojo. I knew she was irritated not being up for this and being looked at by curious eyes, but I didn't think she was this irritated.
I've always wanted to object to your lack of planning. You are closely aware of everyone around you, but you treat yourself too carelessly. As a result, you yourself have to pay the price for this discrepancy. Are you listening to me, Shiro?
I am. So basically, you're not happy about being here right now, right? Well, it's natural you wouldn't like it, since it's pretty obvious it's going to be boring going anywhere with me.
It's not that, but I am saying now is not the time to be doing such things.
I know that too, but I won't listen, since I've already decided to have you accompany me today. I won't change my mind no matter what. I look at Saber. Saber just looks back at me in shock. But I'll listen if you have something to say. I'm sure you have complaints, so tell me them right now. I won't have to worry about making you unhappy if you do so. If you say you don't want to go on a date, I'll think of something else.
No, I do not think you need to go that far.
Saber averts her gaze and runs out of words. You have no complaints? So let's go. You have no requests, so don't get mad at me wherever we go. I'm considering an ordinary place like an aquarium. I decide, grab Saber's hand.
Hey, Shiro, I have no complaints, but there's no need to hold my hand.
I don't want to waste time, so we'll be running for a while. I'll show you the way, so follow me. We're running?
No, I cannot do in a situation like this.
I start to run without waiting for Saber's reply.
Why are we running to the aquarium?
Fish time!
What? Just a light jog on our date? Just gonna make sure we have plenty of time for other activities I don't have planned?
Since I've talked big to Saber, I can't act miserable now. I just have to take her to every possible place I can think of. I run, holding Saber's hand. Speedrun date. She must have accepted it as Saber finally stops complaining and follows me quietly. Well, it's before 10 o'clock. I'll make the 2 hours before lunchtime worthwhile and surprise her. To summarize, the 2 hours went by like a storm.
Oh, we don't even get to see the fish? Oh, okay, we're gonna get a recap.
We went to a boutique I usually don't go to, and we played bowling while I taught her the rules. I couldn't find an aquarium, but we fed some birds in a park. We also went to an antique store, and I still think it was best not to go to the movie theater. Anyway, I kept taking her to places a girl might like for the past 2 hours, and there are many results. Honorable defeats and total defeats. I don't think this is what people would call a date. This is more like a contest, a fight to the death, where the first one to give up loses. Saber is the same as usual, no matter where I take her, and she sometimes goes so quiet that I seriously start wondering if she's really mad. She gives no reaction, so I became desperate to make her happy at the next place I take her to. As a result, I became obstinate about making Saber smile and ran around different places all morning, but it's already noon without much success. So, as Saber reminded me it's time for lunch, I decided to take a short break, but...
Sorry, the transition was fantastic.
I don't know who's talking here. What is this place? I complain once we're seated at a table.
Sorry. I hit some tabbies on my side.
Oh.
I recommend the restaurant by the river if you're going to have lunch.
That was the only advice Tosca gave me last night. Yeah, Mike, you missed... Well, there's the... We penetrated her tunnel to see her magic dragon.
We did do that.
To replenish our magic. Actually true. That was the only advice Tosca gave me last night. I trusted her and chose this place, but I never thought it'd be so fastidious. Fastidious? I look at the menu. Fortunately, the menu has a version in Japanese as well, so I have no problems reading it. But the trouble is, I can't understand what kind of food it is from the name, and the prices are outrageous. Am I on Mars? I seriously don't know what I should order. I groaned, looking at the menu.
Shiro, did we not come by here to eat lunch?
I hear a rather frail voice from the other side of the table. Yeah, but it's too different from what I'm used to. I raise my head. And then... there's Saber, with an expression like a cornered rabbit. Saber?
If you cannot relax, let us return to the mansion. I prefer the food you prepare, Shiro.
You mean you want to go home?
No, I do not want to go back home, but today has been really exhausting, so I am more tired than usual.
Really? I see. I thought about going into town again after eating, but if you're tired, we can rest here for a while.
No, that is not what I meant. Tired was not the word I meant. It should have been...
Saber stops. The small gurgling sound was fortunately small enough that only I could hear. Oh. If she was hungry, she could have just told me.
Excuse me. So in other words, I'm saying it would be helpful for us to have lunch quickly.
Roger. Yeah, it's no fun. Let's order something safe and get our food quickly. It's simple if all we want are light snacks. I order 2 things from the lunch menu and decide to eat quickly. I consider what to do in the afternoon while drinking the after-meal coffee. What I learned this morning is that anything physical is not good.
Take her to the movies!
Saber gets serious when it comes to contests. That's good for me, but it makes Saber stand out even more. After we finished the game, Saber got angry because she caught all the attention she wanted to avoid. So we should avoid anywhere that involves moving around. Hey, Saber, I'm asking for the second time, but is there anywhere you want to go?
Me? No, there's not. I cannot tell, so I will leave it up to you.
Saying so, Saber lifts her teacup. Saber ordered English tea, and it seems she really likes the taste. We don't have much English tea at my place, and even if we did, it's all instant tea bags. It seems Saber was a bit dissatisfied with the drinks at my house, as she seems to like English tea. I should put that into consideration starting tonight. Instant tea bags.
I have an instant tea bag right now.
I had one for breakfast.
What kind of breakfast tea? Was it breakfast tea?
I had... Fuck, what is it called? Azam? Something Azam? It's just like a black tea.
Oh, it's like, I don't know what those words mean. Can you help me, please?
Yeah. My mom just mailed me a variety pack I've been picking at.
She's like, here you go. And you're like, free stuff.
Saber's sitting there and drinking tea. She doesn't seem happy or bored. If I had to use one word to describe her, it'd be that she looks natural. She drinks her tea, sitting up straight in the shadows of the streaming sunlight. Even though this is the first time I've seen such a thing, it doesn't seem strange. It feels like I've seen such a scene before. Why do I feel that? The Saber I know is a tense girl who's always holding a sword and fighting. Oh, I see. But it's only natural. I also know her attitude after she lets go of her sword. Once she stops fighting, Saber's always been calm and gentle. This scene looks natural rather than new because this is her true nature. No matter how superior she is as a swordsman, it's natural for Saber to be like this. Rather, it's abnormal for her to hold a sword at all. I once thought in my dream that she wasn't suited for fighting. I don't think I'm wrong. No matter how superior her technique, or no matter how many battles she's experienced, as long as she is who she is, it can't have been a comfortable place to be. Couldn't?
I'm really confused at this train of thought.
I think you're saying that, like, Saber doesn't feel like a combative person.
It's natural for the lady to be sitting drinking her
I don't-
teas and not holding her swords.
I really don't think that's what it's saying.
Okay.
Because he doesn't say it about, like, Rin or Ryder or any of the, like, other women in the series. It's just, like, Saber personally. Because her whole thing is that she has this, like, sense of responsibility where she pulled the sword and so she had to be the king and she had to do all these things. And so this is, like, if she didn't have to do those things, this is her,
This is
like,
the
natural
person
state.
that she would be.
Yeah.
I'll accept it.
So this is natural. Saber's resting, not holding a sword. This calm scene is the way she should be. It's a new soundtrack.
It is a new song.
We do the same thing in the afternoon. I go to every place I can think of, and Saber follows me silently. But it's not as painful as it was in the morning. I don't know if it's because I'm getting used to it or whether Saber's complying.
This music is vibing.
Saber still isn't talkative, but if I look closely, her expression isn't like it is when she's mad. There's a feeling of accomplishment and happiness when I see Saber leave a shop with light steps. So, considering many factors that might make Saber happy from many angles, I'm a bit dubious, but I've determined that this shop will be the best suited for Saber.
What?
Saber stands there dumbfounded. I don't know if her shoulders are shaking because she's angry or because she's deeply moved.
I'm too am deeply moved by plushies. Shiro, this is...
The biggest stuffed animal shop in town. I've never been here before since men aren't allowed in.
What?
What? Can we go back to that? Oh. Of course, there's actually not a rule like that.
Oh.
But since there's only a woman, it's like an unwritten rule. Like Victoria's Secret. To prove it, there are only girls in here.
To be fair, it is really weird to see a solo man in Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, it is, and it's weird when you're picking up something for somebody else and you have to do it.
Yeah, because you're just kind of like, sweetie, do you know what you're doing? Like, please ask for help.
You gotta, like, I just feel like every time I make eye contact with someone, I have to be like, I'm here for someone else.
Like, even if you were there for yourself, I don't think that would be weird. It's just more of like, just like, it's so unusual to see a male inside of Victoria's Secret.
There's nothing wrong with men shopping for themselves inside Victoria's Secret. It's just, it is uncommon.
Right. I can understand anyone would be uncomfortable in that scenario. The men, not the women. It's not uncomfortable to see men shopping, obviously. It's more of just like a, okay, moving on.
The golden-haired Saber is being stared at, but being a guy, I'm being glared at. I'm sure they want to tell me not to come into their sanctuary. I feel the same way. I would not approve of men entering this place. Well, let's ignore everyone and look around since we're here. Saber, is there an animal you like?
I feel that lions and panthers are lovely, but is that strange? Shit-bag dragons?
I look away instantly and contain my laughter. No, she's a lion. The funny thing is, Saber is strange for saying... Saber is strange for thinking she's strange for thinking lions are cute.
Shiro, that gesture was unnatural. I feel unreasonable anger, but perhaps it is just my imagination?
Oh, sorry. Liking lions is so like you, so I had to laugh.
How dare you laugh at other people's preferences? There's nothing wrong with lions.
I'm telling you I'm sorry. I'll take you somewhere good as an apology, so don't get mad. I go into the store while trying to hold my laughter. Well, it looks like the stuffed animals are that way. So, it's taken about an hour to go around the store. I looked at Saber staring at stuffed animals and felt really nervous with all the girls there. Anyway, it was the most tiring hour so far. But the worst part is, we've only looked through half of the store. Really inspecting the stuffed animals. It took us this long just to look at just half of it because Saber is frequently paralyzed. I mean, Saber kept staring down stuffed animals.
She's just making the most intense eye contact possible.
It looks like Saber is interested in the other half too, so I'll have to accompany her.
Shiro, why are you sighing? Are you tired from walking?
Yeah, I'm a bit tired. I'm usually not so weak, but this place is special. I guess I shouldn't be doing things I'm not accustomed to. I let out a big sigh. I don't mind being looked at by other people while walking with Saber, but a girl's only place like this is really uncomfortable. Boredom sometimes tires one's body. How about you? This must be your first time in a place like this. Tell me if you're tired.
I certainly do not feel calm, but you look more uncomfortable. Not just here, but you seemed this way in the previous store, the store before that. I do not want to think this, but are you choosing places
For me, her words are enough to cast away my worries. Yeah, to be honest, I'm choosing places I don't like.
Why do you continue to choose places?
Well, because these kind of places are suitable for girls. I'm the one that started this whole thing, and today's your day as well. And it's not that uncomfortable either. It's fine since you're with me. I have such a cute girl with me, so people might get jealous, but I'll never be out of place. She was going in.
How ridiculous! I am a servant even though I am not armed. You do not need to treat me as a woman just because we are not fighting. Please treat me as a servant as usual.
You're the ridiculous one. You're a girl to begin with. It's not like I'm treating you differently today. Am I acting any differently?
Oh.
In astonishment, Saber opens her mouth and she's just realized that.
You are the same. You're acting the same as always.
Yeah, so you don't need to worry about me. So let's go. We're gonna buy the one you like the most, so we have to go look at the remaining half. I take Saber's hand. Saber silently follows me.
That is right. Oh.
Mm.
Okay. She said silently, and then I went, hold on. That is right. It has been like this from the start, but I did not realize it until this moment.
She murmurs to herself. The unusual day goes by quickly. Saber never laughed, nor could I laugh from my heart. It's not like there's any memorable moments, nor were it so boring that I regret doing it. To be frank, this was nothing. Saber might have been happier if we'd stayed at the mansion and trained together. But today wasn't bad. It wasn't fun or boring, but I can be proud of it in the end. After the battle's over and everything goes back to normal, it would be too sad if all the time Saber and I was spent fighting. Even if it's something stupid, she has to spend some time not fighting, and there's no point in her being here. So I can be proud of myself for now. The end is near. When everything comes to an end and when there's no more need to fight, if Saber will remember this moment, remember that this happened, that alone is enough for me to be proud of. We go home on foot. Because Saber said.
Let us walk home.
Just as I decide to go home by bus.
She said, bitch, I want to walk some more.
There's some wind now. The vivid setting sun is lighting the bridge red. Oh. Saber notices something and stops. She's watching a mountain of rubble. It's not that tall, even if it's a mountain of rubble. Steel frames and the likes are piled right up to the water surface and are slightly distorting the flow of the river. I don't know why, but it seems like a ship sank or something, and pieces of it float into a mountain. I heard the local residents have been demanding its removal for a long time, since it damages the beautiful sight. What's wrong, Saber? Did that catch your attention?
No, I was noticing that it still remains because I was the cause of it. I used the noble phantasm here, having fought on water in the previous war. The only damage was that the river dried up, but I also destroyed the ship that was unfortunately anchored there.
Huh? You mean Excalibur?
Yes, but fortunately nobody was on board and the damage was minimal. The river is back to normal, so you should not get so mad.
It's a cool scene in Fate Zero.
I regret it as well.
I should watch out. I have to take care not to only use Excalibur in an open place like this.
Shiro, are you still mad?
Huh? No, I'm not mad. I was just surprised. And I was just thinking about how many traces there are from the last war. The rubble in the river shouldn't be a problem compared to the wasteland of that park. Well, I guess it was unfortunate for the owner of that ship. Compared to my trauma...
Oh, shit. Every goddamn time, dude.
Just tore through it.
Look, I was hitting the scrolling wheel. Oh, that's not
Oh, no.
history. Oh, okay. Please do not worry, as Kiritsugu said the owner had insurance. He parked the ship there as a buffer, so he used the ship as a wall to reduce the power of the noble phantasm.
Oh, so you destroyed the ship knowing it was there?
I did not know. Kiritsugu prepared it without telling me. I think Kiritsugu knew how the battle would turn out. I did not notice since he had never said anything before or after he prepared the ship.
Saber looks down at the river yearningly. The water surface reflects the sunset. The wind coming from the river is a bit strong and flutters Saber's hair. Is it because she looks so beautiful like that? Saber, do you have fun today? I was assaulted by a sudden fear that Saber might just disappear, and I asked something I don't need to ask.
Huh? Did you say something, Shiro?
Yeah, I asked you if you had fun today. She gasps. Saber opens her eyes in amazement.
Yes, I would be lying if I said this was not new to me.
She says so in a voice of hope. As if such a thing will never happen again. I knew what her answer would be. All I can do now is nod and just go home. Everything can return to the way it was, just like that. I see. I nod, looking at Saber. Then let's go again. It's not like this has to be the last time. And I say something I won't be able to take back. Saber freezes. She must have realized what I want to say. She shakes her head, looking directly at me. As if saying there won't be a next time. As if this mistake is only for today. Why? I know Saber's answer. But I ask, not liking the answer I expect.
I do not even need to explain. Servants exist to fight. A day like today is merely denying my own existence. I obeyed since you decided to take a rest, but I believe resting should not be necessary from now on. There are only a few enemies left. I would like to start searching for Lancer right now if you would order me to.
She looks at me with eyes full of fire. Saber's saying she'll start fighting right now if I order it. That causes me to get mad about all the things I can't approve of. What's with that? You really want to fight that much?
Of course. I draw closer to the Holy Grail the more I fight. Battle should be prioritized over everything. You should know that as well.
Yeah, I understand. That's why it's strange. I've always wanted to say this, but you're contradicting yourself. You say fighting is important, but you don't like fighting. You're fighting against your will because there's no other way, right?
But that is not true. I do not hesitate to fight. I have already told you that I will do anything to win.
Yeah, she did say that. But that's not a reason to like fighting. As far as you can manage, right? Look, Saber. If you just want to defeat other masters and obtain the Holy Grail, you could just attack people and take their power. But you don't want to do that, right?
That is...
It's not that you don't want to involve innocent people. You know well enough that people will be dying once you start fighting. That's why you want to minimize the battles. People will die if you fight, so you want to end the battle as quickly as possible. In other words, you're frightened of fights with victims. After opening her eyes as if she's seen the ghost.
My scrolling wheel is not a good time today.
Yeah, not doing great. She grits her teeth and straightens her stare.
You are wrong. I do not fear battles.
Yeah, I don't think you're ever scared, because the individual's fear must have been suppressed by what you call the king's mission. But you still fear battles. You were strong and good at fighting, but that's not a talent you ever wanted, right? I'll say this honestly, fighting doesn't suit you. You must have hated even pulling out that sword. Your claim that fighting is your only objective is just an excuse to try to deceive yourself. It's so simple. Why didn't you or anybody around you notice it?
Shiro, I will not tolerate any more insults, even from you.
You can't stand it because it's the truth, right? You won't be able to fight anymore if you admit it. She grits her teeth. Saber glares at me in anger. I can't back away. If I believe I'm right, I can't run away. So, you should stop. You want to stop too, right? You must know fighting doesn't suit you, so just quit it. Stop being a servant, do something that suits you. She needs to regain the happiness she should have had as a human. For that,
How ridiculous. I have no choices besides fighting. I only exist to obtain the Holy Grail. I submitted my body to fulfill my promise as king. I cannot allow any other use for myself.
You...
I only exist to obtain the Holy Grail.
That annoys me the most. Why does she say ridiculous things like that as if to convince herself? Everyone around her took her word because she kept saying things like that. You idiot, that's not true. There are infinite ways. You're here and different from before. So, you have to live for yourself. Don't make any mistakes and don't use the Holy Grail. The final wish she's permitted. Don't use it for people you don't care about. If you're here, you need to be happy here. I hear the wind. Saber doesn't answer. She doesn't even nod. She just looks back at me.
I cannot accept your words. I made a contract to obey you, but I did not give you my heart, Master.
She replies with a strong voice.
I cannot forsake my oath as king. There is a duty I must fulfill as the king. King Arthur's goal is to obtain the Holy Grail. Even if I achieve that goal, I will not return to being Arturia. I have only ever had one wish. This wish has never changed since I pulled out that sword.
Why? That's not a thing you have to do. It's wrong for you to be unrewarded for your actions. You don't need the Holy Grail, and Saber's wish won't come true. It's impossible to erase everything that's happened. Saber, you can't redo what's already done. No, I think it's something you mustn't do. You should know that.
No, that is not true.
I'll tell you. However bad the result, you can't change what's happened. Wanting to redo something because you couldn't do it is just childish selfishness. Our words end there. Saber doesn't say anything, and I don't have anything to say. The wind has stopped as well. No. The wind hasn't stopped. It's only died down for a second. Another sound of wind. Just as I feel the wind on my cheek.
I thought you would understand, Shiro.
The wind has changed into a headwind.
Is that all you wanted to say after wasting this meaningless day?
A cold voice. It contains only rejection.
Do not be so conceited. What makes you think you understand me? You have no right to invade me. Do not fight? What are you saying when you need me to protect you? Please, give me that nonsense after you were able to fight on your own. I do not think that will ever occur.
No, it's not nonsense.
Ooh.
Oh, I think you skipped anything.
Okay. It is nonsense. Think about myself. That goes for you as well. You do not consider your life. You say I am mistaken, but you are even more mistaken. Only corpses considers others more important than themselves. How can a fool who does not even know the value of his own life address me so?
Saber, you...
Should I annoy you? Then I will not mind if you dissolve your contract with me. You do not need the Holy Grail anyway. I will defeat the remaining masters by myself and obtain the Holy Grail myself. If you do not wish to fight, you can go and hide somewhere far away.
Saber, are you serious? I ask with a trembling voice. My teeth are chattering because I'm suppressing my emotion.
Of course, my only goal is the Holy Grail. Everything else is unnecessary. You are no exceptions, Shiro.
I stop breathing. I bare my head going white, managed to restart my stopped heart. Blockhead, fine. If you want to fight, go ahead and do what you want. I don't care anymore. But I can't stop my emotions. I yell what sounds like an excuse and run away from Saber. I get away from her. But for a moment, I think I see Saber standing there absent-mindedly. Damn it, damn it, damn it! I run. I keep running, not knowing what's so vexing or maddening.
Everything else is unnecessary. You are no exception, Shiro.
I grit my teeth. Just remembering it makes me white out, and I might run into a pole or something. No, it'd be easy if I could do that. If I was just angry at Saber, I could just take it out on something. But that's not the cause of this fury. It's not Saber that I'm mad at. It's so vexing, and I keep running so hard because I hate how weak I am. Saber was standing there absent-mindedly. The words she said, just as the wind changed directions.
I thought you would understand, Shiro.
Damn it, you idiot, I don't understand. I spit that out, and I regret it so much that I almost fall. What was it about? Her voice, like a farewell, sounded like she was crying. Come to think of it, maybe those words were the only honest thing she said. Those words murmured with her head hung. A voice of hope, disappointment, and wishes. Then, who was the betrayer and who was betrayed? I run into my room and shut the door. I collapse.
That was so dramatic.
I don't want to stand up. I just want to lie down and go to sleep. My body's still burning. My heart feels like it's splitting open and my lungs are desperate for air. I ran full speed from the bridge to here. My body must be exhausted. I haven't run enough emotionally, but my body's telling me to calm down. Ah. 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 I slowly calm down. I take a deep breath and let it out. And after I settle my breathing, all that fills my head is the question of why I was so enraged. I don't even have to think about it. I ran as if throwing something off me because I was so powerless. I can't save Saber. That fact is so vexing that I was angry at myself. I can't do anything. I promised to make her laugh. I promised to protect her, but I can't do anything. That makes me furious. What can I do? It's useless for anyone to say anything if Saber herself doesn't want happiness. That's why I tried hard, so she'd be able to find her own happiness. But she told me that was meaningless, and on top of that, she called me a fool.
Sorry, I had to get more. Yeah, you're fine.
A fool who doesn't even know the value of his own life, huh? What can I do when she says that? I value my life as well, and I don't want to do anything that might endanger it. But that's nothing to do with Saber. I think it's unfair of her to bring it up right here. No matter how stupid I am, I'm sure Saber's wrong. But if she denies me like that, I can't do anything. Damn it, man, she can do whatever she likes. I turn over and lie in my stomach. The floor is the only view, so I close my eyes to black out my mind. I don't care about Saber anymore. If the Holy Grail is so important to her, she can go marry it. She's so obstinate, she doesn't understand after I've told her this much. I'll be burned if I associate with her anymore. No, I'll be seriously hurt. God, I've been there.
Oh,
Oh. Fuck. Wait,
no.
I've already been hurt though.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Not just burned. I met her, fought with her many times, and even saw into the depths of her heart to survive. That heat. I remember the light deep within her. Why do I recall such a thing at a time like this? That faraway plane, the memories that girl left behind.
God, that is so freaking funny.
If I recall that beauty, it won't matter what Saber says. Something only used to fight? Don't show your weak parts. Anyway, Saber's unfair. I don't know what's so unfair, but I think it's unfair that I don't know what's unfair. I can't hate her even though I'm this mad, and the more I try to ignore her, the more I can't. It's such a contradiction. Damn it, I guess the one who's in love loses. I can't help it. If I can't give up no matter how useless she tells me it is, I have to keep trying until the end.
Thought you would understand, sure.
I remember her face, about to cry. In the future, will she make that kind of a face every time I repeat this? But still, I can't agree, no matter what. Even if I'm wrong and Saber's right, if she's really important to me, I can never apologize to her.
What?
Yeah. I thought I heard a sound.
Nani?
When did the sun set? The room is dark. The sound of the second hand of the clock is annoying. Hey, there you go.
Hey, how long are you going to sleep? I need you to wake up.
Huh?
Wake up already. It's past 10 o'clock. Ilya's bugging me to get dinner ready, so wake up and go keep her company.
An angry voice. That wakes me up completely. Past 10? I get up quickly.
Yep, 10:17 to be exact. It's way past dinner time.
Tosca looks flabbergasted. Sorry, I fell asleep. I'll go right away, so wait for me in the living room.
That's fine, but where's Saber?
Oh, if she's not here, she must be in the dojo or the living room.
Shiro, I'm asking you because she's not here.
Tosca's serious. That tells you what the situation is in an instant. She's not back?
Hold on, Shiro, what do you mean by that?
Tosca runs out of the room after me. But I don't have time to explain. I run outside, ignoring Tosca's words behind me. The town is quiet. A world like yesterday where all signs of people have vanished. I don't have enough composure to think it's strange now. Saber isn't back. Come to think of it, that's only natural. We argued so much. She said she would fight by herself. So, considering her personality, she really would go and fight by herself. Saber could be anywhere. It's possible that I won't find her and that she's fighting Lancer right now. But still, I came here first. The air by the river is cold. The park is so cold that it feels like frost is packed here. My breath is white and my cheeks and ears hurt. It's so cold here, so how cold must it be on the bridge where the wind from the river rises? That's where she's standing. Right where I fled from her. Saber's looking out at the river, not doing anything. Is she looking at the long-gone sunset? Her gaze in the distance seems to be watching a red horizon that's already disappeared. That makes me realize. She's strong, yet so weak. Her gallant figure must be proof that she could live without anybody's help. But she's also so weak that my hand might go through her if I reach out. She can't do it alone, but she defends her pride until the end. That's why it was the same for me, watching stars that can't be reached. She stares at the distant set sun as if she knows nothing else. I can't leave her alone. If I lost, it was a complete loss for me. It made me swear to myself I would never let her make such a face. I walk on the bridge. I'm making sounds, so Saber doesn't notice. I walk towards her in silence and stand next to her. Saber, you'll freeze if you stay out here. She jumps. She must finally notice me.
Shiro?
Saber turns around as if to question me. What are you doing out so late? Tosco's worried since you didn't come home.
I see. I should apologize to her.
It's fine, but why are you here? Well, it doesn't matter, since it was easy for me to find you.
I was still here because I did not yet know where to go. You told me to do as I wished, so I tried to do so. But I could not think what I should do or where I want to go. So I was thinking all this time about where I should be going.
She speaks like a lost child. She must feel guilty as Saber keeps averting her gaze. We did have that big fight. It's only natural for her to think I'm still mad.
I am sorry. Please tell Rin she has helped me very much. I shall return to you once I defeat Lancer and obtain the Holy Grail. So until then...
She's saying she'll wander around without a place to return to? What are you talking about? You're coming back to my house, right? I prepared your bed and your food.
But you said you do not understand me.
That's right. I don't know what you're thinking. So saying, I take Saber's hand.
Shiro.
Let's go home. Even a servant will catch a cold if they stay out here this long. Let's hurry back and eat something warm.
But I...
And I won't apologize to you. If you have any complaints, tell me now. I say so rudely, looking away from Saber. She looks at me, astonished. She looks like she wants to apologize, but I ignore her. That must have worked on her. Saber doesn't say anything and follows while holding my hand. We come down from the bridge and into the park. It's 11 o'clock. There's nobody in the park, but it's overly decorated with things like the fountain and streetlights. We keep walking. Saber's walking slowly. She was standing on that bridge for more than 5 hours. She must be freezing and be tired as well. She falls forward sometimes as I pull her by the hand. Should I walk slower, Saber? You don't seem to be doing well. I turn around to check on her.
No, I feel fine. It's just not because of Rin, but it really seems like a rendezvous if we are holding hands like this.
Huh? So, hearing that, I feel my face burn up in an instant. Yeah, should I let go? I mean, if you don't like it.
No, this is fine. Your hand is warm and very comforting.
Our conversation ends right there. I walk on to hide my embarrassment. Saber silently accompanies me. How much further is it to the mansion? I feel embarrassed by the warmth in my hand as I leave the park. Many things happen today. But if it ends with this warmth, I can change religion and start to pray with that priest. But the instant I think so... Oh.
Do you think you know who this is?
Yeah.
Is this me?
Yeah.
Oh, is this my favorite human?
I think so.
Oh god, okay. I don't know why I thought this was Lancer. I was ready for you to break out your Irish accent.
Where are you going? Nope, not yet. Nothing yet.
Oh, it also occurred to me after you said that technically I guess Saber could have a British accent, and I said nope.
Oh, true. True.
I don't have those skills. I never learned them. Where are you going? Do not take what is mine, kid.
We meet someone we never should have met. My happy mind freezes in an instant. Goosebumps form all over my body, and my throat won't move, as if it's forgotten how to breathe.
Shiro.
It must be the same for Saber behind me. Her hand holds me tightly. Just as I feel an unavoidable death, Saber too feels an inconcealable desperation.
God. He's so cool, I'm sorry. I have kept you waiting, Saber. I have come for you as promised. Wait. Oh, okay. He's Archer. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was confused for a second. I was like, wait a fucking second. He's dead.
Nope. Different Archer.
Yeah. Archer.
The Golden Servant.
I'm sorry. If you saw him in real life, what would you do? If you saw a grown man like this in real life, how would you feel? These fucking earrings are fantastic.
The unknown heroic spirit who swept away the bone creatures and even cast her herself without any difficulty. That monster is in front of us. He's so close to us.
He's so cool.
At a distance with which we could start fighting if we wanted to face a death greater than Berserker.
What's wrong, Saber? I have come specifically for you. It would be rude to stay silent. Or do you intend to play around for a bit before you become mine, King of Knights?
Archer stifles his laughter happily. His eyes aren't looking at me. He's only watching Saber. With his rude red eyes, he's looking at her as if evaluating a work of art. Saber's presence changes. She must have prepared herself. Unlike me, unable to even move a finger, she's already glaring at that enemy servant.
Shiro, I will block his first attack no matter what. Please retreat from here in that time. I know how hard that is, but that is all I can manage against the servant.
Her back asks me to forgive her. Even Saber can only manage to block his first attack. The chance of success of retreating from a guy like this is low. Saber's asking for my forgiveness for that low chance. Probably. She knows she has no way to defeat that servant. She can't do that. This is different from when we fought Berserker. For some reason, I know that making Saber fight this servant would be bad. No, I may know the reason. I felt it when I saw his noble phantasms last night. Saber will not be able to beat this man no matter what. It's not about skills as a swordsman. Before that, the prerequisites are wrong. As long as they're heroic spirits, no heroic spirit will be able to beat him.
No, you're the one who's running away, Saber. Oh?
No. No, you're the one who's running away, Saber.
Shiro.
I cover Saber and face Archer.
Oh yeah, you had a master, huh? He was so shabby that I thought he was a dog or something.
He says happily. That man raises his hand and slowly brings his fingers together. I feel sick. I'll be killed if I don't retreat now. There's no reason or logic behind it. I just feel instinctively that I'll be killed if I stay in front of him and... Go, Saber. The church is nearby. It should be able to shelter you, even against him. I push Saber away and run as if shaking off the premonition of death attacking me. There's only one thing to do. I'll run up to him, project Saber's sword like when I fought Berserker, and... My body flies.
What a bold move you've made.
What happened? The instant that man clicked his finger, something appeared right beside me. Ow. I can tell it was a big hammer, and that I was smashed away, flying across the ground like trash. Ha! Ow. I can't move. I feel like all the bones in my body are broken.
They are probably broken.
I can't feel my limbs. My pain is numbed, and I can't even tell if I'm alive or not.
I will not kill you. Saber would disappear if I killed you now. It is against my will, but I shall let you live until the Holy Grail appears.
The man laughs. Ah. I move my hands to try to get up.
But do not be conceited, mongrel.
You skipped my line.
Oh god, I skipped my line.
Sage.
I did.
I move my hands to try to get up. Yes, I only said get up. But my body won't move at all.
But do not be conceited, mongrel. There are ways to let a servant stay in this world without you. It is just that this is the least troublesome state. I will kill you if you annoy me.
That kills my mind. He will kill me. If I move any more, he'll do so without hesitation. How could anyone move after being told that?
Shiro.
Saber tries to run to me.
Where are you going? There's no one left to intrude. That piece of shit is not the man you should be running to.
But the man won't allow that. He stands before me and waits for Saber to come to him. Saber stops and glares at the man. There's about 10 meters between them. It's a distance Saber would be able to close instantly, but...
Huh. It seems you are not willing to come to me. I find that hard to understand. A heroic spirit like you must know how valuable it is to be chosen by me. Nonsense. I am a king even though I am a heroic spirit. I will not submit to you. Is that so? Even if you are a king, you are still a woman. It should be a woman's joy to be held down and be violated. Oh, that hurt to say. So why do you refuse? It is not like you are a virgin. Are you scared to become mine?
You.
Oh.
Well, good.
Either way works!
You know. Yeah.
Do not resent me so. I do not only take, I shall give you pleasure equally. If you are to become mine, I will literally give you everything in this world. Be proud, I have accepted that you have such value.
The man moves. He opens his arms as if to accept Saber.
Okay. That is right. You do not need to be a guardian, nor will you return to your point of death. I will say this once more, Saber. Be mine. Let us enjoy our second lives in this world. I refuse. I have no interest in such things, and most of all, I do not want to live with you.
She does not nod or retreat. Saber looks at Archer head on. He stops. I don't know what's so funny, but the man starts laughing.
Great, that is what I expect from the woman I choose. Yes, there must be at least one that will not obey me. Alright, then I shall do so by force. After I obtain the Holy Grail, I shall pour the contents onto you. Rejoice, Saber. You will not need your master after that. You will be taking in all the power of the omnipotent vessel. You shall not be a familiar to humans like the servants.
The man says so with satisfaction. To that, Saber replies.
Archer, what is your intention?
She must have realized that fighting is the only way. Saber asks for her enemy's reasons at the end.
Intention? I do not remember. Unfortunately, I have obtained everything, so there is nothing I wish for. What? Then you do not seek the Holy Grail? The Holy Grail? Oh, immortality? I gave that to the snake. You gave immortality to a snake?
Saber's presence freezes. What was that conversation? Saber shakes her head and tries to deny the world.
But this world is interesting. The basic principles do not change, but the decorations are so elaborate that it seems different when it has come this far. In this case, it will not be too bad to reign over this world. Yes, I think that is my intent. If it will let me do that efficiently, the Holy Grail is not without use. The desire to rule? You are despicable, Archer. You seek the Holy Grail for such a purpose? I do not seek it. Everything in this world is mine. I just do not like others using what is mine. Oh my god, my wallpaper engine changed and started making sounds. For anyone who heard that rumbling, it's a Halo 3 wallpaper, so that's a Warthog engine. And a nice scenic background with rain. So there's a lot going on when it switched.
I do not seek it.
Yeah, pretty much. You too should hate having your holy sword used by strangers, king of knights.
Saber's body grows misty. After a brief flash, Saber's wearing her silver armor.
Oh?
The man does not even move. In the next instant, Saber dashes forward. She runs up to the man instantly and slashes her invisible sword with deadly speed. Repelled, Saber jumps backward. If Saber's armor is materialized from her magical energy, his armor must be the same as well. In the short battle, the enemy has armed himself. Saber looks calmly at Archer, holding her sword ready. Even with her stare, the man does not stop smiling.
Oh! Alright, I shall allow you to oppose me, Saber.
The enemy happily announces the beginning of the battle. The white light runs through the darkness. Saber, running up to the Golden Knight, slashes her sword down, surrounded by lightning. One blow, 2, 3, 4. Each time Saber's sword finds the enemy, blinding light is released. Combinations like a strobe. It's just like when I first saw Saber when she fought Lancer. Saber drives magical energy into her sword and strikes with it like lightning. The sword and armor clash. The man hasn't even drawn his weapon yet. With Saber's sword in front of him, he's just protecting his head with his hands. That man does not have the skill to block Saber's sword. Saber's much better than this man at sword technique. And on top of that, Saber's sword is invisible. Even if the man had a weapon, I don't think he'd be able to block that invisible sword. The invisible sword keeps hitting the man's armor. The sword smashes against the armor, shaves it, letting off lightning sparks. All the man can do is protect his head with his hands. This isn't even a match. This is just one-sided elimination. But still, the golden armor retains its shape. If the armor is free of damage even after taking Saber's attacks so many times, could it be that his noble phantasm is his golden armor?
I guess any more would be bad. We certainly do not have a large supply of magical energy. My armor does not give out often, but...
The enemy who is merely defending raises his arm. Not towards Saber. I don't know why, but the man raises his hand to the night sky and...
Enough playing around. Offer me your body right here.
Is it an illusion? In his hand. A short sword like a key is in his hand. Saber attacks with all her power. But The enemy repels it with his dark red sword.
That is a
Yes.
noble fit. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was saying I think that's Saber.
Yeah. That is a noble phantasm bearing a curse of vengeance.
Saber distances herself and glares at the sword in her enemy's hand. The fact that the enemy has revealed his weapon is a threat. But at the same time, it means that the enemy's attacks are revealed. It doesn't matter if his noble phantasm is a sword or armor. As long as you can see it, you're able to deal with it. Saber readies herself. As the man said, his armor is at its limit. If Saber relaunches her fierce barrage of attacks, she should be able to slash through his armor. Even if he has brought out his noble phantasm, it won't make a difference to the fact that the next blow will decide the match.
This is it. Let us decide the match we could not finish before, Archer.
The sword in her hand is still invisible. Readying the holy sword sealed in wind, Saber stares at her enemy. It seems Saber knows what that noble phantasm is. That's why she intentionally distanced herself, and since she knows how to deal with it, she's confronting the enemy straight on. If their noble phantasms are swords, and if the sword's abilities are equal, the deciding factor will be their own sword techniques. By that theory, Saber has to win.
Alright, then come at me. In deference to your sword, I shall show you everything I have.
The man laughs.
Fine.
Saber charges without hesitation. Saber's sword will slash his armor for sure. The instant I think that,
Gate of Babylon.
an invisible door opens behind the man.
What?
Saber's body stops. The weapons the enemy takes are different from the previous dark red sword. The first is an invisible sword like Saber's. As soon as Saber defends against it, the man is holding yet another sword. This sword is of ice. She twists her body to avoid it, but the space the sword goes through freezes. Saber retreats, covered in ice. As the ice starts to break, the enemy holds a sickle-like weapon. She instantly tries to block the weapon approaching her neck with her gauntlet. But it's useless. The sickle goes through her arm like the gauntlet isn't there and takes away her magical energy,
Oh.
as if cutting away her bone and not her flesh or blood.
Ugh.
Saber totters, but manages to stay standing. It's a different kind of retreat now. Not to distance herself and prepare for the next attack. It's a desperate retreat just to get away from the enemy.
That is impossible.
Saber glares at the enemy, drawing magical energy into her arm. Many handles are floating around the man. That's what slaughtered Castor. And those are the noble phantasms of the Golden Knight who cornered Saber. It's a scene that makes me even want to doubt my own eyes. Those handles floating behind him are surely those of noble phantasms. Not just 10 or 20. No, even though I can't see them, I can feel they're infinite. From all times and places. As if to say that servant has all the divine mysteries from every legend.
Archer, who are you?
Saber's voice is trembling. A servant will not answer when asked their true identity. But the enemy's noble phantasm is so strange that Saber has to ask.
Answer me, Archer. A heroic spirit can only have one noble phantasm. No, some have more, but 2 should be the limit. A heroic spirit with infinite noble phantasms cannot exist. Cannot exist? You are jumping to conclusions, Saber. Heroic spirits' noble phantasms are the weapons they had when they were alive. So this is a simple story. All these noble phantasms are things I collected while I was alive. Are you insulting me, Archer? That is even more impossible. No matter who you are, it would be impossible for you to collect all the noble phantasms, the symbols of other heroic spirits. No such heroic spirit exists.
Saber's right. All the noble phantasms he has are real. There are demonic swords from Northern Europe and demonic swords from South Africa. Fuck, America?
Bro!
A lot of the same letters.
You saw A and then A and said Africa!
Yeah, look, a lot of speed reading. No hero made his name in so many different places, and first of all, only Lancer has Gay Bolg. Heroic spirits, noble phantasms are the weapons they had when they were alive. By that rule, as soon as he has Gay Bolg, he has to be Kuhlin. But he isn't Kuhlin. So that lance cannot be Gay Bolg. But the thing is, that's definitely the real Gay Bolg. This could all be explained if it was a fake, but as long as it's real, this contradiction is... Have to give that a pause. No, hold on. Original? The model of weapon? It can't be, but... Wait. It is possible. Myths and legends do not start from nothing. All myths have common points because a single foundation became their model. Because legends that become objects of faith are only those that originate in that land. I think demonic swords and holy swords start having special abilities around that time. So before that, what if the noble phantasms and myths and legends had a form before they were given names?
Oh, it seems your master is not so bad after all. It seems he has a hunch about my true identity. Huh?
Saber looks towards me. So far away. I can't even help her, she's so far away. My body has only recovered to the point where I can barely move my fingers. Run! Saber! His noble phantasm is...
Real, right? Yes, it is really simple, Saber. Let me tell you about the most ancient time when the world was still one. That kingdom flourished and the king collected every treasure in the world. There was nothing he could not collect, and he lacked nothing. The king had a perfect treasury, and the masses of weapons in there were never used, but instead went to sleep with the king. The story is that simple. After the king's death, the contents of the treasury room spread all over the world. They were valued because they were splendid swords, and they eventually became noble phantasms. Do you understand, King of Knights? The noble phantasms you use are just the king's possessions.
It's like inheritance. If you go back far enough, a model must exist. So it's only natural for every legend, myth, folklore, and noble phantasm to have an original model. And in the distant past, if it was possible to collect all of their models, then one could possess all of the noble phantasms. Only one hero could correspond to that. One with their origins in a legend far older than that of King Arthur or Heracles. One set to rule over ancient Mesopotamia. The half-god, half-human king who collected treasures as he wished and sought immortality at the end. His name was...
Gilgamesh, mankind's oldest king of heroes.
She sounds as if she's holding back fear. The Golden Knight, Gilgamesh, accepts the shock with satisfaction.
Indeed, I am the strongest heroic spirit. You shall be no match.
There's nothing else to talk about. All that remains is for him to use his many noble phantasms to defeat his enemy.
Oh? Would you still oppose me even after you know my name? You must know you have no chance of winning. I do not know unless I try. Even the King of Heroes must have something he cannot surpass.
Saber's surroundings waver. The wind starts to twirl and becomes a raging gale to protect her. At the same time, the golden sword appears. No, Saber! It can't be. Saber's going to use the Excalibur? Gilgamesh stops. He too must know the Holy Sword's power as his composure vanishes. Saber keeps staring at Gilgamesh and looks in my direction for an instant. Is she telling me to run? Gilgamesh has his back to the river. And Saber's over here. It must have been when she attacked him earlier. Before I realize it, Saber's confronting Gilgamesh to protect me. No, you can't use it here. I pour strength into my limbs. Even if I try to move my numb body, all I can move is one of my arms, but I still collect all the magical energy in my body to raise my body with that one arm. God damn it. My senses were gone, but every bone in my body starts to scream once I start moving. The pain is a warning. The pain is telling me I will break if I move any further. I ignore it and raise my body up. Ah! 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 I bear my pain. I don't have time to deal with it. I have to get up quickly and protect Saber. Because I have a bad feeling about this. A premonition I felt when I faced that enemy. She'll never be able to beat him. The instinctive feeling that I should never let Saber fight him won't go away.
A holy sword? Fine.
The twirling wind is now a raging storm. Even with the holy sword shining in front of him, the Golden Knight does not back away. Moreover,
Then I shall use a weapon appropriate against it.
he pulls an incongruous sword from the gate behind him. That's the cause of my bad feeling. That sword does not appear in any legend. I could identify every one of the noble phantasms that were floating behind him, but even I cannot tell what that sword is.
I have the original models of all the noble phantasms, but they are all nameless, and I am not their only possessor.
A cylindrical sword. The sword is made of 3 parts, and each part is turning slowly in different directions. It looks like a rock drill to pierce through a hard surface.
But this is different. This sword is truly a sword that only the King of Heroes possesses. It has no name, so I'll just call it...
Aya.
Aya?
Yeah.
Aya. Are you saying we shall just compare the strengths of our noble phantasms?
The light concentrates. There's only about 10 meters between them. Within that distance, Gilgamesh shouldn't even be able to dodge or attack.
Right, you do not need to hold back. I have always wanted to take the sword said to be the most powerful.
His laughter echoes through the park. She must consider that provocation.
Alright, then try to defend yourself against my sword.
Saber's sword moves. Her lips move to say its true name. There's nowhere to run now.
Oh man, am I gonna yell Excalibur again?
The noble phantasm released with its true name will smash all of its power onto Gilgamesh.
It's your turn. Wake up, Ea. Aya? Aya.
I think it's Aya.
Aya.
The cylindrical sword, Aya, roars. In response to Gilgamesh's words, the three blades turn with a whirring sound. If Saber's Excalibur brings on a whirlwind by releasing the wind. Gilgamesh's Aya creates a storm by swallowing the surrounding winds.
Oh, here it comes. X!
Saber's more experienced with anti-castle noble phantasms. It's faster than Aya's roar. Saber pours magical energy into the sword up to its limit in a matter of seconds and executes it with the greatest power.
Caliber!
Nice, nice. There's no hesitation. Saber releases the holy sword that can even split a river in two. Just before that,
Oh. I have this problem sometimes where I'm reading what's happening on the screen instead of reading it out loud, so I read it and was like, cool, we're moving on. This is me, right? My Gilgamesh?
Yep. Yep.
It's so funny because I own Gilgamesh, right? But I play with the game sounds off, so I've never heard this said out loud. And I don't remember it in Fate Go. How do I say this?
I think it's Enuma Elish.
Okay. Enuma Elish.
A light of the same magnitude takes on Excalibur's light. Enkidu has the same noble phantasm. It's not through Aya, though.
That's why that phrase looks familiar. I've used Enkidu a lot.
It's little chains.
Yeah.
A huge impact. The raging wind knocks over trees, and the crashing lights become an exploding sun, burning my eyes.
That's you.
No, my body. My body's almost blown away by the wind. I managed to dig myself into the ground with one hand and endure the waves of light and heat. How long will the conflict last? The battle of the two rumblings that make me fear the earth is going to split into two is... Suddenly ended with her figure surrounded by a white light. Shio's dead.
So fucking toast, dude.
A crash. I hear something falling right beside me. Saber? What it is? I can tell even with my blinded eyes. I thought she might be dead. That's how torn up Saber is.
Oh, this is my psychopath.
In the distance, the Golden Knight is laughing crazily, unscathed.
Huh. So the most powerful holy sword is only that strong, huh? Humanity's illusions are mere child's play after all.
His laugh is high-pitched, and it seems like it'll carry over the burning air into the heavens. Is it that much fun? He doesn't even look at Saber as he laughs, only for his own sake. Saber? There's no reply. But blood gushes out from her mouth as she tries to gasp. My vision turns red. What was I doing? I knew this was going to happen. I knew Saber wouldn't be able to beat Gilgamesh, so why didn't I stop her or even use my command spell?
This is rather boring. A complete victory for me, huh? I am disappointed that you could not even offset my attack, Saber. Oh, I see. I should have taken it easier on you. After all, I am fighting women and children.
His irritating laugh. The responsibility's mine. I thought she could win. No matter how bad it felt, I thought Saber's Excalibur would be able to beat him. That's why even though I told her to stop, my command spell didn't react. I wasn't serious. If I really wanted to protect Saber, I could have made her run away using my command spell, and there would have been infinite ways for me to fight by myself.
Well then, let me have you now. You were dirtied, but you would have eventually ended up the same way. It is no problem that you are hurt now.
The laughter approaches. She must have noticed that as Saber faintly opens her eyes. Saber, are you alright? I can see her breathing, but I can't touch her even if I reach out. My body still won't move, and I can't even run to her. So I can only call out to her. Saber! 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 Saber's mouth opens. She breathes in as if asking for help and coughs as if even that is painful.
Shiro, are you there?
She raises a faint voice, telling me she can't see me. Hold on, I can't say I'll help her. I'm on the ground too, and I can only move my arms. I can only call out to her and encourage her. She can't even see me in this ugly state.
I see. I have been defeated.
She speaks in a soft voice and looks at me with no light in her eyes.
I'm sorry. Please run away, Master.
She says something absurd while coughing up blood. My vision turns red with anger. I completely depended on Saber unconsciously, and this is the result? I can't even stand up after a sudden attack. I grab my head with the only arm that moves. I want to kill myself. So I put strength into my hand as if to squash my head. A firing hammer goes down. I take the switch to turn myself into a magus and smash it on with a hammer instead of my finger. Never use it again. Projection magic's beyond your level. Tosca's words. She says magic beyond one's level will destroy the caster's circuits and nerves. So what? She's more important than that. If I can't protect her, I don't need my body. She's helped me many times. There never has been anyone I cared so much about. So, if I can't protect her, Miyashiro can just die here. I can hear sounds of metal. Metallic magical energy reinforces all the bones in my body and all the broken parts of my body. I'll give it everything I have. I'll put it in the highest gear, in the highest rotation from the start, and ignoring my limits, I'll create as much magical energy as possible. Yeah. My spine catches fire, my whole body grows red hot. I bite my tongue to bear the feeling of my brain melting. I bite down on the pink flesh. If I can keep my consciousness just by making a hole in my tongue, there's no problem.
Jesus. What?
The footsteps stop. His laughter stops as well.
What? Shiro, what are you doing? If you do that, your body will...
She must feel it.
What happened to your mic? Hello? Did you die?
My mic. Game unplugged. She must feel it, even though she can't see it. Saber screams, trying to get back up. That makes my last powers turn on. I stand back up. The body that wouldn't obey me starts to move because the magical energy poured in past its limits. This is like setting my body on fire to make it run toward water. But I don't care. It's better than watching Saber get hurt. That's right.
So dramatic.
I finally realize, with a mind that's about to burn away. From the beginning, I swore to hold the sword because I didn't want to see her hurt.
I couldn't figure out who it was, so I wanted to go forward, and then it just kept going forward. Is this...
It's gotta be Saber. Yeah.
I'm telling you to run, so why?
I've struck the enemy. Saber is behind me. Now. I can't even take one step backwards. Trace, on. I hold down my brain, which is rolling around on fire, and manage my mind. I'm imagining only one thing. I'll divide the projection to 8 sections to create the lost sword. I feel something hard in my left hand. I don't even need to look to check. The second manufacture of the sword proved successful without slowing down even once.
My sword. No, that is still not enough. You must know you cannot beat him with that. If you can move, please run away.
I won't. I came to pick you up, so I can't run home by myself. I ready my sword. I hold the sword heavier than a shinai and glare at the enemy.
Stop, Shiro. This man is...
I shake off Saber's words and step forward. There are 4 meters between us. If I step forward with all my might, I'll be able to attack him. The enemy doesn't move. Gilgamesh watches me for a second, then laughs.
I guess I'll kill you.
He says in an emotionless voice. I instantly block the attack swung at me. You! I sway my body to the side to avoid the attack. But I'm not fast enough. If the first attack was a sudden gust, the next barrage of attacks is a raging wind. Ha! Ka! Ka! Parrying is all I can do. No, I wouldn't even have been able to block the first attack by myself. It's fortunate that I also reproduced its memory when I reproduced the sword. A sword with a long past holds will and experience. This sword must already be familiar with such attacks. I can't judge Gilgamesh's attacks, but this sword is able to. So the sword reacts to his attacks before my hands do. I swing to follow the sword, and as a result, I can block his attacks. Ha! Ha! Gah! That doesn't last long. My fingers numb every time I swing, and slowly I can't catch up with the sword.
Mongrel, you are worse than unsightly.
He must dislike even the slightest resistance. He glares at me in anger and retreats a bit. Ah! 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 Thank God. If he had kept attacking me, it would not have lasted more than a few seconds. I take a deep breath and try to control my breathing. And then...
You filthy imitator. If you like it so much, I shall show you the real one.
he takes out a sword. What? That is a familiar sword. The ornamentation on it's different. But its true nature, the idea of its creation, and its soul are too close to those of this sword. It can't be. This sword's model.
It is, but its strength as a noble phantasm is incomparable. What you have, the Sword in the Stone, originated from the legend of the Sword of Supremacy in the Tree, from Northern Europe. But this is the original model, the foundation of the sacred right to select the king.
The Sword of Supremacy in the Tree? Grom, the demonic sword of Sigmund, hero of Northern Europe? Its original model?
Children cannot defeat their parents. An imitation that deteriorates every time it is renewed cannot match the original model.
Light runs. The sword understands better than anything that this is the same attack that terminated Berserker in one slash. It must be protecting its owner. The sword in my hand goes for the enemy sword with its utmost power. The name of the noble phantasm is Caliburn, the golden sword of assured victory, but it is destroyed without a trace by a sword called Marduk, the original sin. I hear something sliding on the ground.
It's my organs.
Sliding. Is the ground of the park slippery because it's level? I slide across the ground and finally come to a stop.
Shiro. Shiro. Shiro!
That voice makes me realize I'm still alive. Oh, Saber, you're pretty near me. Thinking so, I'm relieved. It felt like I was blown away, but it's fine if Saber's nearby. So all I have to do is get up and I can run to Saber. I look at my arm while I stay on the ground. It's red. My arm is surrounded by a red membrane and there's no blood coming out of it.
Do not move. Please, please do not move, Shiro.
I can hear Saber's voice. It seems my body's been injured. That attack. I'm sure I was blown away by Gilgamesh's sword. So the wound must be... Oh, I see. Now I understand why Saber's acting like that. I can only move my right hand. My left hand won't move. First of all, my left shoulder isn't attached to my body. Ah. I can't even breathe. Diagonally down from my left shoulder, as my body is cut from the shoulder down, it's separated like Lego pieces that don't fit together. It looks like a ginkgo leaf. I've been cut from my shoulder down to my waist. It's strange that I'm alive. But That miracle should soon run out. I'm barely conscious right now, and my vision narrows by the second. First of all, my insides will fall out if I move. Maybe I'm already dead, and my mind is lingering like a ghost.
I see. I thought you would be scattered, but you were rather tough. I see. Clinging to life is the only merit of a mongrel.
Honestly, he laughs. Honestly, I'm thankful. The more irritating he is, the more my mind stays conscious.
That is all. A lion doesn't suit you. I will take that woman.
Footsteps. The sound of him walking to obtain Saber for sure this time.
Oh my god. We hadn't made a decision in so long, I didn't know what was gonna happen.
You gotta stand up.
We have to stand up, right?
Like, maybe our organs just fall out and we die, but we gotta stand up.
Yeah, it feels like we have to stand up for Saber.
Yeah. It'd be wild if don't stand up is the right option. Ha. Ah. I put power into my right hand. I grab the ground and raise my half-sliced body. I see Saber's face for an instant. She looks like she's about to cry. I'm proud of myself for falling in love with her. Hold on. I'm not done yet. I raise my body with one arm. My legs won't move. The magical energy that forced my body to move is depleted. The only thing remaining is my beating heart and my organs screaming in pain.
Oh, lingering affection? I would assume so. This treasure is beyond you. I understand how you must feel. It must be really vexing to have it taken away by another man.
That does it. I can't stand his talking anymore. I'm saying, don't talk like you're treating Saber as an object. I put power into my right arm. Is there metal in it? With a creaky noise, my body reacts to my wishes. Ha! Ah! Gah. I get up on one knee. God damn! Do as I tell you. I put power into my body. As I do so, the things I need to live flow out.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I thought it was. Sorry. Why? Why do you not understand that it is useless now?
Saber's voice is almost insulting. She's a long way away. From a distant place, she's watching me in vexation. Ha! Gah! Gah! I'll ignore it and keep trying. Saber's voice is just a burden. Not my body nor Gilgamesh, but Saber is my greatest enemy now. Because if she objects with an expression like that, my mind will die. Finally. My knee finally has strength, so all that's left is to stand.
No, I do not need your help. As I have been defeated, I am not your sword anymore. Disappearing like this is the natural end for a servant.
Saber's voice. Damn. If she interrupts me anymore, I'll get mad, even at her.
No, please stop, Shiro. You cannot go on. You will really die. If you die here, I will.
How could she say such selfish things without knowing how I feel? Shut up. Just be quiet for a second. Times like this, you can rely on me.
That is not true, Shiro. Please do not get your priorities wrong. My life is not important. You should put your life first rather than such a thing.
She sounds like she's begging. My mind almost collapses, thinking I'm making her sound like that. But still. I refuse. There's nothing I want more than you. I can't accept her words. Saber looks at me in astonishment. I don't know why she looks like that. But I remember. She told me I was a fool who didn't know the value of his own life. I think she's right. It's too conceited for someone who can't even think about himself to try to help someone else. That's just complacent happiness, and it's an unstable happiness for the other party. The most important person is yourself. That kind of person probably can become happy and share their happiness. Yeah, I'm certainly a fool who doesn't consider his own life. I was wrong about what's most important for me. Since that day, that seat has been empty. But I'm grateful for that abnormality. Because in that empty seat is sitting a person I want to save from the bottom of my heart. But Saber, this wouldn't change, even if I valued my life above all. You're more beautiful than that. There's nothing inside me that can take your place. That makes me realize. I didn't feel sympathy for her. The girl I saw in my dream. She fought alone and died alone. I thought she was unrewarded, but at the same time, I was charmed by her. I just thought she was beautiful. She pulled out the sword and ran through her life without looking back. Her life itself was so brilliant. That's right. So I have to protect her. So that you, all alone, won't be engulfed in darkness in your last moments. That's right. So that in your last moments on the verge of your death. So that you can be proud of your life. My doubts disappear. My path is so clear. Sorry. I love you more than anything, Saber. So I won't give you to a guy like him. After I say that, I regret apologizing to her. But I had to say it. I wanted to say it now at this moment because there would be no impurities mixed in my words. I hear her gasp. I wanted to turn around and see, but I won't since I can't really see anymore. I get up. I can still fight if my heart is beating. My magical energy is my life. As long as my heart is beating, I'll keep on recreating her sword.
Well done. So now what? What can you do now?
I feel a burning heat on my right hand. Perhaps because I'm close to death, I remember 10 years ago. It's a terrible illusion. My body feels like it's still in that fire, reaching out for life. Go away. I can't give Saber to you. I raise my right hand and say that.
Fool, I do not need your consent.
The enemy raises his sword.
Get down, Shiro.
I hear Saber's voice from behind me. I ignore it, and using my remaining magical energy, I project the sword once more. And I'm stopped by that light. Even though it's not as strong as Excalibur, the light that can burn away everything it touches is coming for me. Feeling the heat on my body, I don't think about my death, but about Saber behind me. She'll be dragged in like this. So I have to at least protect her. I said I'd protect Saber. Yes, I wanted to protect her. She's strong, but at the same time, she could have broken down at any moment. So I have to hold steady. She's like a drawn sword, so I have to help her so she doesn't get hurt. And then, before I realize it, there's something like a sword in my right hand.
Is that me?
Whose voice was that? The hesitation's only for an instant.
The joke worked. I was gonna roll with it.
At the same moment, the Golden Knight, the absolute victor, retreats.
Shiro, let me.
Saber takes my hand. The rising light stops. Right beside me is Saber. Right before me is Gilgamesh, opening his eyes and bleeding. I don't know what happened, but I know this is a repeat of the battle against Berserker. Saber used something I made and defeated Gilgamesh's sword. A light pushed back his light and must have injured him, who was unscathed up to now. It is Thursday already. A frighteningly murderous intent. It feels like he needs to kill everything he sees in order to calm down. But the Golden Knight leaves silently. Huh? I don't even have time to be surprised. I don't know why he left. But even my fading mind knows the battle's over. My knees give away. All tension disappears, my body falls to the ground.
Shiro.
Saber instantly supports me. With Saber supporting me, I look down at my body. Ah, I let out a gasp. My wounds are so bad they can't be treated. Ah, 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 ah. My body, cut from my left shoulder, should have died instantly. Oh, this is too... I must be barely alive because of that healing power, but it must have its limits. My body's almost split in two. I'm sure nothing will be able to fix my body now. I can't even tell if I'm still breathing or not. My consciousness is starting to fade. The end is near. But the fortunate thing is about Saber. I have a fatal wound, but it seems Saber is just fatigued. She's unarmed now and her wounds are completely healed. So, even if I retire now, Tosuka should be able to do something. That sound again. A sound as if my bones are creaking is coming from my body. I look down at my wound. What? There are many swords. What look like the blades of swords are layered on top of each other and crowding together to connect my separated body, making that sound. I feel dizzy. It feels like every bone in my body, every muscle in my body is made out of swords. Eh? There's no such thing. It must have been my imagination, as my body's just fine. As proof of that, my separated body is starting to connect and my cuts are healing quickly. It's more like restoration than healing. This is more creepy than strange. What? It seems I'll be saved. But this is too...
I am glad. It seems that you will not die, Master.
I hear Saber's voice by my ear. It's really close by.
Good old Shiro.
Well, that's great, but what's going on? Trying to finish, I'm assailed by dizziness. Then, my body's enclosed by soft arms. Saber.
No, I finally understand. It is only natural for your body to heal.
I can't stay conscious. It's because I produce too much magical energy. My tired mind wants to sleep right now. How strong is she? Saber wraps her arms around me and holds me tight.
I finally understand. You are my sheath, Shiro.
Saber's our sheath for a little bit.
Stop! I knew you were gonna do. We're having a touching moment.
Sorry. She says so in a deep, seeping voice. The feeling is so comfortable that remaining consciousness fades away. I'm glad to be saved, and I let my body sleep. But before that, I complained to myself that it would have been more perfect if our positions were reversed. At the end, I see that red hill once more.
I thought for a second we were like dead for real. We had picked the wrong answer.
Another real long death sequence.
Dude, I was like, there's no way!
I think it's too emotional to be a death sequence. A red memory. I dive deeper into her memory and I realize this is the last time. These are the memories of a night which I've seen many times before. After becoming king and becoming the will of the country by killing her own will, her days were filled with neglect, even from her trusted knights. Every time she won a battle, Arturia was made to wish for a battle she did not wish for. She continued to hide her sex, surrounded by suspicion. What awaited this isolated girl was a rebellion by one of her relatives. A young knight took over the country while the king was on an expedition. The man's name was Mordred. That knight, who was son of Morgan, the sister of the King of Knights, was actually the son of the King of Knights. To start at the end, Arturia could not have children as a woman. But Mordred certainly inherited the blood of Arturia. Arturia's older sister, Morgan, I'm not sure how far she went, but she despised Arturia for becoming king, even though Arturia was younger than her. Mordred was created as her other self. He served the king as a knight with an unknown father, waited for his chance to take over the throne, and finally organized a revolt. Oh, but Mordred's so hot. This was the battle later known as the Battle of Camlin. The final battle of King Arthur. King Arthur discovered Mordred's betrayal on her expedition and returned to her homeland with her tired troops to invade her own territory. She slashed away knights that used to serve her. She attacked the land she once protected. The few knights that stayed with her died off, and the only ones standing in the end were her and Mordred. Their personal combat ended with the king's victory. But she did not emerge unscathed. Mordred was bound by a strong curse, so he still swung his sword even after his death and left a fatal wound on the king. That's the end of this battle. The last of her, the one called the King of Knights. It must have been painful. Come to think of it, none of her battles were painless. Every one of her 12 battles was severe, and this just happened to be the greatest wound appropriate for her end. She returned to her territory and destroyed her own army. She punished the knights who used to serve her, and the knights following her all died. And in the end, she had to kill her own son, even if he was son only in name. I cannot tell what went through her mind. But I have to wish. The lone king, who tried to be a king until her last moments. I wish that her last dream might be a normal dream. One the girl called Arteria might wish for. I opened my eyes. I don't know when I got back, but I'm in my room, lying on my futon.
Oh, you have awoken, Shiro.
Saber, why am I...
You have been sleeping since that time. Your body is almost completely healed, so you do not need to worry.
I see. That's great, but... What about Saber? She used Excalibur. She may not even have enough magical energy to heal herself. Saber, were you treating me all this time?
I merely wiped your sweat. I cannot treat wounds as Rin does.
Idiot, you didn't need to do that. It must be more painful for you right now.
That is not true. I only have a light wound compared to you. But I cannot ignore what you just said. Even if your wounds have healed, they were bad enough that you could have died. Please worry about yourself for now.
Saying so, Saber reaches for the wash bowl beside her. There's a cold towel in there. After squeezing the water out of it, she wipes my sweating body. I'm really embarrassed.
Shiro, does your wound hurt? It seems you are getting a fever again.
I don't have a fever. No, you can just rest for now. You might be alright, but you used Excalibur, so you should be the one resting. You'll collapse again at this rate.
Well, that is true, but I am doing better than you are right now. It is only natural for me to protect you until you get better.
You've got a point there.
You doing okay over there, buddy?
Look, man. I yawn a lot. Crap. I can't object if she says so. She says so with that kind of expression. Okay, I'll rest. So please rest too, Saber. I can't sleep with a peace of mind unless you rest too.
That is true. I need to sleep as well.
Saber nods, squeezes the cloth, and puts it on the side of the wash bowl. So, I let Saber take care of me and suppress my embarrassment.
Then I shall be going to bed. Please take care of your body, Shiro.
Oh, okay.
Good night. I forgot to say this, but thank you, Shiro. I am really glad that you are okay.
Saber's smiling in the moonlight. Did it look ephemeral because of the weak moonlight? The sliding door is shut before I can find out. I don't know if I'm happy or lonely now that Saber's gone. I did want her to stay by my side, but that'll be a burden on Saber. And if we stay like that, it'll just be like that night.
That was the most terrifying expression you could possibly remember.
I shake off the image in my head. Too many things happened today. It was only a day, but it felt like a week. The date with Saber was more troublesome than fun. We ended up having an argument, and I left Saber alone. And... No, I have to rest for now. I can think later. There's not only Gilgamesh, but Lancer as well, and his unknown master. We can't win unless we start in our best conditions.
That was the giant explosion from our fight. You missed it.
You missed Paige yelling Excalibur.
Mm-hmm.
Full heart.
I think we're down to one enemy now?
It's just Lancer and Gilgamesh. A clip of, like, the fight?
No, he meant me yelling.
Oh.
Negative. Yeah, I don't have any popcorn today, and it's been a real bad time for me.
I'm so hungry, but I've had Taco Bell twice today. It happened a few hours ago. She said something about me being her sheath. Oof. I was badly injured and about to fall asleep, so I couldn't ask her why. Damn it. I can't fall asleep. Saber's dream, her resolute face in front of death, and her face when she nursed me overlap each other.
Good night.
The frailness of her smile won't get out of my head. The smile that never showed up on the girl in my dream. She says that it makes her happier when I smile. It's vexing. Why is it vexing instead of saddening? I don't know why I'm annoyed to the point of anger. I smack the futon. I'm about to rage around because of this unknown irritation. I'm so mad that I don't know why I'm mad.
I'm gonna rage around! Shiro, are you not feeling well?
I hear her worried voice from the other side of the sliding screen. She was just thrashing around his futon. I was out of breath, so it must have sounded like I tossed around because of pain. No, I'm fine. Are you still awake?
Yes, but are you sure you're alright? I can go there if you're in pain.
No, it's better if I go over there. No, that's bad. Something I've kept in myself would overflow if I see Saber right now. I know my limits.
I am a weak man. See, pretty girl, fall in love.
Saber, can I talk with you a bit?
Yes, if we can talk like this.
You start talking through the sliding screen. Maybe it's because I can't see her, but I recall the smile I last saw on her. Saber was smiling happily. My frustration increases instead of calming down. I don't know why my body's heating up, but I need to talk to Saber. I have to say that it's wrong. I don't know what's really right, but I have to tell her that I'm not wrong about this. My tongue and throat tremble. I can't turn back once I say this. I fully acknowledge it, and it's all right. It's fine. So you should smile for your own sake. I'm pushed by an unknown impulse and say this.
Shiro, why?
She doesn't even need to ask. Is that another new song?
Yeah.
I'll keep repeating myself until you realize it. Saber, isn't this enough? You've done your best. You fought even by yourself. So you have to find your own happiness. You fulfilled your oath, so you can return to being Arturia.
What? You're still talking about that?
Yeah, I'll keep on saying it. I can't help it because I've fallen in love with you. That's why, Saber, no, you can go back to being Arturia. I suppress my sudden fury. It's about to burst out. Saber only needs to say one thing before that.
Shiro, please do not trouble me. Even if you say that, I...
Her answer doesn't change. My heart aches at her determination.
Yeah, it's a fucking love story. Where have you been?
We went on a love story arc for like 3 weeks.
We went on a date this morning. I don't even know what happened to our teddy bear. Did we buy one?
I feel like I've seen pictures of Saber with the teddy bear, the little lion.
You knew my past, but you continued to invade me. You should know my answer already. So why? Why are you still so concerned about me? You must have seen all the sins I have committed.
Yeah, I did. She sacrificed many people in the name of the king and killed many enemies. I don't intend to ignore that or pretend it didn't happen. But still, even knowing that, I want the girl named Arturia to become happy. So what? I don't know what this emotion is. I just can't leave you alone. Please smile. I want to be with you, Saber. A childlike, unilateral confession. Within the silence, I wait for her answer. What is Saber doing on the other side of the sliding screen? Are my words reaching her?
My answer will not change. I cannot break my oath as a king. Even if I was not appropriate for the role, I was entrusted with my country as the king. I could not fulfill my duty, so this freedom is not permitted to me.
I can't hold myself back any longer because her voice sounds so sad. I don't want to hear the lonely oath to be the king instead of her words as Arturia. I already know that. I didn't become this vexed to hear those screams. I kick my futon. In front of me is a sliding screen separating our rooms.
Shiro.
The sound of the sliding screen feels distant. Wait. No, sorry, continue. I just... Are they about to bang?
You horny over there, my dude?
No, I just think that's what's happening here.
You're the
My
one that's
mind
played
blanks
this
out.
game before.
Okay, so long ago. And 3 versions.
Yeah, they're just gonna kiss. Absolutely. She fucking pounced on him, for sure. Did you say this line?
Yeah, I did.
Can you say it again, please?
My mind blanks out. Why was I so angry? Why was I so sad? Her eyes shake as if about to cry. Her gorgeous neck and slender shoulders. Her golden hair reflects the moonlight, just like when we first met. I'm embracing her when I notice. I embrace her so hard I could break her, but she doesn't resist. It's different from that night. I didn't feel like this back then. What a ridiculous story. I wanted to become a superhero. But I never fell in love with anyone, nor was I ever unwilling to let go of anyone. Saber. It feels like she'd disappear if I don't keep holding her. I don't know how long I've held her, but I finally figure out that she won't disappear and loosen up.
Oh, fuck. I think I just skipped it. Okay. Shiro, what is it all of a sudden? What is the meaning of this? Even if you do this,
She moves slightly in my arms. Her lips tremble and try to say something, but I close them with a soft touch. Her body is slightly trembling. I'm staring.
You unplugged your mic again! You monster!
Alright, this wasn't a problem before. I don't know what happened.
What are you doing?
It was 10. My mic
You're
had tension.
ruining the moment!
I'm staring at Saber, but I'm not seeing anything. In its place, my lips feel Saber's kindness. Our lips part. Saber's hand on my chest pushes us apart a bit.
Shiro, that kiss was...
Does she want to say it's a mistake? She looks up at me with a face about to cry. It's not a mistake. I'll say it as many times as I need to. I love you, and I can't just let you go. Tell me if you don't like it. Tell me that we're only a master and a servant and contradict me.
How unfair. Are you telling me to say such a thing?
Yeah, I won't hold back if you won't tell me clearly. If you won't refuse me, I'll do as I want. Even if it would make her temporarily forget her determination to be king. A long silence. I keep holding her and I feel her softness. She's still tense, not wanting to be embraced. All we hear are our breaths and the beating of our hearts. How many times did our hearts beat? Saber slightly puts more power into the hand on my chest.
I cannot answer your feeling. As you cannot change your way, there are things I cannot change. All I can do is forgive and is to...
Her pause aches my heart. She bites her lip, trembles, and says this as if to make a confession that this night is unforgivable. But still, her unresisting body and her wavering eyes tell me that only this one night. She wants to stay like this until the night ends. Saber, I raise my hand to embrace her again. But
Oh god. I have used my noble phantasm, so I cannot fight unless I receive energy from you.
her quiet voice stops me. Way to ruin it. Just don't bring that part up. I can't say anything. That reason is her best absolution and her biggest modest wish. Yeah, you're right. But is the connection still working?
Is this thing still turned on? Yes, you are charging me even as we speak. So to heal, we must...
Be close to each other like this. That's the limit. This is the distance between us, a girl bound by her oath and myself who cannot destroy her oath. Saber moves within my arms. My arms panic at her warmth. I'm painfully aware of her softness and slenderness. I'm ashamed for panicking. Saber's cheeks are red as well, and she looks embarrassed.
So please, Shiro, please allow me to sleep here tonight. It is easier for the sword and the sheath to regain powers if they are together, and if we bring our bodies and minds closer like during that ritual.
I nod back. Happiness overwhelms my embarrassment. Yeah, we're just sleeping in the same room. I don't know what you guys are on about.
It's just a sleepover.
I'm gonna be with Saber until morning. We can't touch each other anymore, but we can still be close using our hearts.
See?
A nice Christian sleepover.
Good. Then, Shiro, I will do the preparation tonight, so can you go back to your room?
Saber stands. I'm reluctant to let her go, but I can't be like this forever. I head to the sliding screen. I turn back to look at Saber as I close the screen. It feels like I'm doing something impure, so I quickly close it. For some reason, I sit Japanese style on the futon as I wait. Ready to go.
It's just do.
We're going to be sleeping together with Saber. Just the thought of it causes me to dance inside my head. This is to help Saber, and also to grant her small wish. Saber may be able to smile someday if we pile up such small wishes. But the battle's nearing its end. Will we have enough time?
Excuse me, Shiro?
The screen opens. I shake the depressing thought from my mind and welcome Saber. I turn around and see. I quietly swallow my breath. Her white figure shows up in the darkness. Pog! With that, my agitation disappears. It's probably because she's too beautiful. My agitated mind comes to its senses and clears up.
Do I look strange in this?
No, that's not true. I'm probably troubled because you're so dazzling.
Dazzling?
I murmur strange things, such as how troubling it is for a girl to be too beautiful. Saber wouldn't understand what I mean, but my mind won't move unless I say this.
May I go over there, Shiro?
Yeah. I noticed for the first time how her small toes look beautiful. As Saber makes her way over, I draw back and spread the futon. I realized I need another pillow, but it's too late now. Saber and I are sitting by the futon, side by side, one pillow.
Typical men, only one pillow on their bed.
There's only one room and one futon, but Saber's with me. I have no dirty thoughts. Doubt. But my face is burning and I can't even sneak a glance at Saber.
Please go ahead, Shiro.
No, you can go ahead. No, we'll make no progress like this. I slip under the futon, then make a space for Saber. I try to give the pillow to her, but she quietly pushes it back towards me.
You can use this. May I, use your arm as my pillow?
She murmurs such a thing. Saber's in my arms and is surprisingly calm. I'm not hugging her, but rather, she's settled in there. Sword and sheath. I recall Saber's words. Saber is about to fall asleep using my arm as her pillow, and she looks like a beautiful sword in its sheath. Her warmth and her faint smell calms me down instead of exciting me. Saber holds out her hand. I take her hand under the futon and clasp it. We quietly fall asleep. But before that, Saber, I call out to the girl laying beside me. I want to ask her in the end. To hear her reply to my question.
Do you feel it, Shiro? My magical energy should be replenished by tomorrow morning at this rate. I can fight as your servant starting tomorrow.
Saber.
That is it for now, Shiro. My role is to protect you and to obtain the Holy Grail. I cannot think about anything else until the battle is over.
That's...
Is that not right? Because you have... chosen to fight to end this war.
That's something I can't argue against. If I want to do something about our problem, I have to end this war beforehand. First of all, I can't protect Saber unless we defeat that man who's after Saber. But... do we have a way to defeat that king of heroes? We grow quiet, stare at the darkness. How long will we like that? My tired body wants to take a rest, and my eyes start to close. But our clasped hands are warm. Saber?
Yes, let us think tomorrow, Shiro. We might come up with a good plan tomorrow and...
I would like to sleep like this for now. She says so while gently clasping my hand. Yeah, I want to do so too.
Yes. Good night, Shiro. Let us return to our previous selves when we wake up.
I close my eyes with her close to me. My last vision of Saber sees her smiling warmly. I don't care if that was just for this night. Right now, her hand is warm. That is more than enough for me right now as I fall into a comfortable sleep. We approach the end of this battle. Without knowing if we'd be able to keep our hands connected even after everything's over.
That was the longest day of my life.
Yeah, I think also this might be the last day.